This weekend I went to a Halloween party. First time in a long time. I went to like the generic movie Halloween party, like what you would think of when you think of like a movie or TV show Halloween party. It was an adult Halloween party, so there was alcohol and stuff, but you know, it was just like my friend's parents' party. So like she had some of her friends, her sisters had friends there, but it was like a lot of adults, right? So a lot of normie costumes. Yeah, there were fake cobwebs out the ears. There was fake coffins. I mean, it was great. It was greatly decorated. It was a great party. They had great food, great decorations, great, you know, everyone had costumes. You couldn't get in if you didn't have a costume. Me and Jen dressed up as Brand and Andy from the Goonies, which, you know, most people didn't get. I mean, it is kind of obscure, but it was still it was still a comfortable and cool looking costume anyways to just be in. So I was about it. But something happened. So when we first went into the party, I got there, you know, we went to where all the kids were. They're like hanging out by the fridge, and I got my beers, and I asked my friend, I was like, hey, where can I put these? And she's like, oh, you can just put them in the fridge there. So I go right next to where I was, and I open the first door of the fridge, and I look in. But getting the cycle with Dale is like a whole nother thing. Oh, this would be a good run too. Whatever. So I opened the fridge, the first door, and and there's like no space. I can't see anywhere to put my beers. It's every drawer, every shelf in the fridge is filled with Jello shots. So I'm like, what the hell? So I then go to open the second door, and a fucking dead mouse helmet falls on top of me. Now, mind you, I'm holding my 6-pack in one hand and an opened beer in the other. And this thing fucking falls on me, and I hold it, and I catch it right next to, or right between my beers and the top of the fridge, and I'm holding it in place. Meanwhile, I just spilt beer all over my fucking costume, which works with the cannon, because everyone in Goonies gets soaking wet. So I needed to get a little dirty anyway. So I was fine with that. But so I'm trying to pick this thing up with all this shit in my hand, and I'm trying to lift it, because it's heavy, dude. I mean, it's made out of a real fucking biker helmet. I'm trying to lift it and push it up. And meanwhile, in the background, I just hear screaming. Everyone's freaking out. Everyone's saying stuff, but I hear this one phrase keep being screamed at me. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Literally 5 times while no one is helping me. They're just yelling at me. When this thing accosted me. This came out of nowhere like a fucking booby trap. Like you open a door and a fucking pail of water falls on your head. That's basically what happened. So I'm picking up this stupid fucking dead mouse helmet, which also, it's not 2011, okay? And here's another thing too. I'll get to that. Anyways, I pick it up and I get it up. Yeah, it's one of those dead mouse EDM helmets with all the lights, literally this big, this fucking big, huge helmet. I finally get it up there, and I finally get my bearings, because I was just so startled, and I finally just yell back, maybe if it wasn't hanging over the fucking fridge, as I turn around, and things die down a little bit, everyone gets a little quieter, and I just and I start laughing, and I just get next to the fridge, and I just put my beers down, and I just try to catch my fucking breath. It scared the fucking shit out of me. That was the scariest thing all October. So anyways, the girl who had that costume, that was it of the altercation, and then I see her throughout the party, and I just want to say, if you have to have a costume, if you have to take off the helmet for the whole party, don't do that costume, So what happened is her and her boyfriend was dressed as Marshmallow, so they were Marshmallow and Dead Mouse, very cool. And they put their masks on top of the fridge, right? And hers was fucking hanging off as I opened the doors of the fridge and it attacked me. Okay. So they would just put it there. You know, like every time, most of the party, they just didn't have costumes. Basically, they just had black and white suits. Basically, and you know, yeah, if you have to take off your costume for most of the party, then don't. That's not a good costume. I mean, that's just so that's that. That was the first incident. There was a second. I couldn't escape. I wasn't even by the fridge much, but every time I was by the fridge, so this girl takes her helmet off and goes to put it back on the fridge, but she puts it on the left side of the fridge, hanging off, and it falls again, and I have to catch it. I happen to be next to the fridge again, and I have to catch a stupid fucking mask again. And I couldn't get away from this mask the whole party.